G'day gamers, Whitebot here. Hope you like that song. It's pretty much what Sure is Pure, radio edit, Blue Boy, Remember Me. It's an old classic from the 90s, like me, an old classic. And sometimes when I walk past the Gears of War 3, I hear that tune in my head. The game saying, "Remember me, pal? Remember me? You know, remember the fun you've had, the time you've raged? Remember this is the only game out of all your collection besides Mass Effect that you really do have a lot of passion for? Remember me, pal?" That's it. So I jumped back on Gears of War 3 this morning after playing a bit of the DLC on the new Titanfall, or the new Titanfall DLC. And the first two games, well, you got the first one, Whitebot's first game of the day. You saw that one? I thought I did alright. And that one, somebody's already disliked the vid. Fair enough. Nothing wrong with that. I'm glad you actually watched the video and disliked it. And the other thing is, this is my second game. And look, you know what, gamers? I started off really well when Hamster Brony, second round, go a bit funny. But anyway, I'm excited. And as the title says, the future's looking bright for Gears. It really is, gamers. I just watched 27 minutes and 57 seconds. I just saw the video then. Black Tusk Studios podcast, or otherwise known as Rodcast, because Rod Ferguson just answers all your questions and read out some of the questions and looks at the stats and tell you a bit about Black Tusk Studios, where it's going and his history of him. And it goes for 27 minutes. And I have to say, fuck me, I'm excited. Because he just really, how did I put it this way? He said, he said he plays Call of Duty Ghosts, or Call of Duty, where you got to get the red dot laser sight here and there, and you know how you've got you got to get unlock this, you've got 11 players here and there. And he said you really only play your own standard. He said you're pretty much really just your own man. You can pretty much just play, do your own thing, and you know what? At the end of the day, you don't really care. You get upset. I mean, he's pretty much right when it comes to TDM on Black Ops 2 or whatever. You don't really care if you're playing by yourself and with your mates. It's it's true. But in Gears of War 3, as you said, it really grinds. It's a really tough game. It's 5v5, and you feel bad. He's pretty much saying we made the game so it does remind you you're a fucking noob, and it does. And this game does. And it was interesting to hear him say that, because he said it's really quite raw and hardcore, and that's what's made the hardcore community. He said the dedication. He said the dedication of the community. He said every day they get people sitting in pictures of their tattoos and their ink, all over the parts of the body. He said, that's quite dedication. He said, and I agree with him on this. He said, I find that hard pressed to find any other community that's that dedicated. Serious gamers, to get that many tattoos and that small community, it is the Gears community, because not everybody can play it. It's so hard. It's raw. It's very unforgiving. So he was saying that. He was saying they've heard your complaints about this. They've heard complaints about the sawn-off. Heard your complaints about this. He didn't mention about the retro, though. Maybe he's a brave man not to mention that. And he said, we've learned from the things about judgment and stuff like that. So they're taking their time. They're not rushing in. They're like, "Cobb, got to pump it out. Got to pump it out every year." No. This ain't come out to 2016, people, and they're already working about it and getting the forums up and getting strong in the community. And he even mentioned the thing that a lot of people were criticising the Black Tusk Studios as just sort of ex-EA staff members, and they're not really that keen or passionate. And that Rob Ferguson himself didn't have much to do with the game. He's just there to sign checks and make sure things are going. Now, I knew that was a load of crap from the get-go. Cliffy B said it's in Rob Ferguson's hands, and he's well relaxed. Now, Cliffy B's quite an eccentric person. He's been around for a long time. But I'm pretty sure he'd be upset if it was just handed to some EA person who really didn't give a tinker's cuss about the game. I think Cliffy B would have stepped up and said, "Hey, what the F are you doing?" But no, he's happy Microsoft has got it. And I can tell he's even more relaxed that Rob Ferguson's at the helm, and so am I. Days of Judgment could be gone. Thank fuck for that, we all say. And if you could get rid of the retro. So, go on. I'm not even going to send you the link, because, this video is going to be up. I'm going to go to bed. I couldn't be bothered trying to do all that linky technical stuff. But I have to say, game is Black Tusk Studios. Look it up, like it, subscribe. You'll get all the Gears information you want straight from the source as I shoot that Cantus in the arse. Now, I have to say, getting back in Gears of War 3 was a lot of fun. And going back to the hardcore community, right? Okay, now I'm a member of the Titanfall fan page here and there, and I see those guys posting up their stats and talking stuff like that here and there. And nothing wrong with a bit of competitiveness and how they talk and all that kind of stuff. But I'll be honest with you, and I even discussed it with Beast today, and Collie Power agrees. Titanfall's not really that hard. It's fun. It's a lot of fun, but it ain't that hard. It's a little bouncy here and there. It ain't that hard. Half those guys, get them to play this game here, I tell you what, they be struggling. But get half of the guys that play with regularly on a Saturday to play Titanfall, they pick it up in no time and they'll be dominating. Pure and simple. Because, Gears of War 3, look at that. Kaboom! Get on, son! These are the first two games that went really well, and I do get distracted, and I do have a laugh, and I'm not blaming anybody else, but I do start to go negative for the rest, so I hope you've enjoyed some of the other videos and the clips here and there. But anyway, I just want to say this is by myself. Nobody joined the party or joined up. She was the first one to meet me, so this is why I'm going hams jabroni. Having G fuel, concentrating, ready to go. Concentrating. Emphasis on the word. So, I can say that Titanfall's great. Don't get me wrong, the community's growing, it's still doing well, but I have to say the Gears of War community is way more hardcore in my view. Way more hardcore. But the Titanfall's not far from there, don't get me wrong. It's an early young community, but the Gears community is hardcore. Look at this, Bernie Roden's in there. Look, ooh, I like your purple Nasher. No, you get Lancers. So, that's the other thing Rob Ferguson was talking about, the Lancer, the Easter eggs, his favourite characters and so forth. This is a guy that got to meet all the people he knows, as friends he says, who made all the voices for the characters and get to know them. So, I kind of, to be honest, I'm kind of glad it's not on every console or every system because it just get out of hand and people will know how to handle it like the Call of Duty thing. You never see anybody behind Call of Duty or Activision being that passionate. They say they are, but they're not, man. They're not talking about the actors they meet or so forth. They're not saying how hardcore the game. It's all about the sell, and the DLC and the microtransactions to a certain degree. It really is, man. And the bit of the bitchy wanting, people in the YouTube community when it comes to it. But wow, check that out. Weibo got the final kill in that round. So I'm very relaxed gamers. Look at that, 12, 4, and 5. It's very unusual for Weibo to do that well, but I was in a good mood this morning, as you can tell, gamers. As you can tell. So, gamers, that's it. And look, I'm very excited for the future. Now, I know this has been a long video, but I'm not going to edit it down because I thought it was interesting gameplay. So, if you watched up to this far, I might ramble, and you like the music, fantastic. Thank you. I appreciate it. But don't read about what you hear there on Facebook pages and so forth. Do the research yourself is what I'm saying. Because people can be very jilted and they jump on the bandwagon, they make poor assumptions, and they're misguiding. You got to find out yourself. And just watching that half an hour video of Rob Ferguson sitting there wearing a Gears t-shirt, and just the way he talked about it was just awesome. I've got a lot of faith for this game. I really, really do. And a couple of interesting questions. You got to keep it like the comics, or more importantly, you got to keep it like the books, which I suggest you read. Now, look, Shitty Boom comes back, kind of. Major Chub, Major Boom. I was going to try and make this a long commentary, but I couldn't be bothered. I wanted to make it another commentary after seeing that video and add music to it because it goes for 13 minutes. But I don't care, games. I don't care. Because this is a damn good gameplay. I was having so much fun. And I have to say, you feel so rewarded getting this challenge. I'm doing well in TDM in 2 games in a row when you haven't played for a whole week. You really do. And it made me relax for the rest of the games where I played shit, as you see with Beast and I. So, gamers, this is by far my favourite competitive multiplayer of all time. Titanfall's great. Black Ops 2 is fun, but they just do not compare to this. Look at the tension here, dude. I didn't know who was running up behind me. I didn't know what was going on. Do I go back to Boom? No, he's got Boom. Do I come back here? Am I going to do this? And I know that a good 80% of players that play this regularly are going to be better than me. And it's a challenge and the mind thought going here, Seriously, games. Whereas in Titanfall, I consider it 50-50. That's how I view it. And so, it's just... Oh, look at it. I totally knew. Look, I get one kill. Oh, my goodness. What's going on here? Look at that. Oh, jeez. Look at me. The pathetic shots. Why was just losing it. So, loving the Gears. We'll be back on it tomorrow. You'll probably see this up in the morning anyway. So, by the time you watch this, you'll see I've been on. Tomorrow night, I'll be probably back on the Xbox One, mucking around here and there, playing the new DLC for Titanfall. But what can I say, gamers? Let's just keep on playing Gears of War 3. Let's keep the community going. Let's keep it going to the point that until the new game comes out by Black Tusk Studios. I've got a lot of faith in Black Tusk Studios. It doesn't seem like Microsoft is really pushing him too much. And I'm happy for it. So the future looks bright for Gears of War 3. Frag and tape. Be good to those that know you. 16, 4, and 6. Whoa, go off. Catch your mofos on the battlefield. Have a good weekend. Yeah.